All right, and so we're live. Well, hey, parents, as you know, my name's Graham Matthews, and I run EmPowered STEM, which is a company that provides A-level chemistry revision courses for those students who want to earn an A star in A-level chemistry, so that they can attend the medical, dental, and veterinary programs of the choice at the chosen university in the UK. So I just wanted to come into live stream, all right, and in the group, and I want to talk to you about something which I think is going to help your child, your teen, move towards earning an A and an A star in A level chemistry. All right. And this is the idea of inversion thinking. Now, I know what you're thinking, right? What? What on earth are you talking about? Inversion thinking. What is inversion thinking? I mean, I've heard of lateral thinking, and I've never heard of inversion thinking. All right. So this one here, let me put it into context, okay? This is this is part of the holistic approach that we have when teaching your child, tutoring your child in A-level chemistry. All right, is that we look at the whole picture. And so I think I said this a couple of live streams ago. What you want to do is imagine a pie chart. All right. And what we do is that we leverage technology, we leverage neuroscience and educational learning theory, and we leverage peak performance psychology. These three things are three components inside the pie chart that we leverage to help your child earn the A star, and A level chemistry. All right. So what I'm talking about today then is I'm talking about that segment of the pie chart, all right, which is the academic coaching. Now, you've got to be careful with academic coaching because everybody says they do academic coaching until, and I mentioned this a couple of live streams ago, you say, well, what exactly do you do when it comes to academic coaching? Well, how we do it is that we, as I said, we infuse certain aspects of peak performance psychology, which the coaches who are working with the Fortune 100 clients, use when working with their clients to help them get that edge, all right, and to help them maintain that edge. All right. So this behavior then, this comes directly from peak performance psychology. If you want to know where it comes from, okay. And what it is it is inversion thinking. So inversion thinking is this. Imagine if you would, so if you take a note, great. Look, imagine if you would draw a line down the piece of your paper, all right, and on one side, on the right-hand side, what you've got is that you've got moving towards. And on the left-hand side, you got moving away from. Okay. And so on the right-hand side, moving towards this, think now, what's the attributes? What exactly does your teen have to do? So, like behavior, what they have to do, what they have to believe, what's their capabilities got to be in order to earn an A star in A level chemistry. And you're thinking, well, I mean, first off, number one, I would say they would have to believe. They would have to believe that they can earn an A star in A level chemistry. It's like number one would be belief, you know. And quite simply put, it's like, is it possible to earn an A in A level chemistry? Yes, it is. Otherwise, the exam board, they wouldn't put it on the exam. Number two, have other students done it? Well, of course they have. I mean, look at all the doctors out there. And of course, we've all got the A star, and A level chemistry. We've got student testimonials that it works. But number three is it possible for your teen to earn the A star, and A level chemistry? That's up to them. That's up to you. So on the right hand side, we put down, yes, it is possible. So it's possible for my teen to earn an A or an A star in A level chemistry, number one, right? Number two, then, is you're thinking, what's the behaviors that they've got to have in order to do this? Well, we're thinking, okay, if I was going to earn an A or an A star in A level chemistry, I'd have to attend all my lessons, number one. Number two is I'd have to make sure that I understood what the teacher was talking about. Nothing got through the cracks. So I'd have to have a system, all right, to make sure that I captured all the relevant information. Number two. Number three is I'd have to have a set of, I'd have to be organized in my time. So I'm always working 3 days in advance, for example. I'd have to have a way of taking notes so that I could capture the information from the teacher, from the tutor, from the book, from homework sets. So again, nothing got through it. And I'd have to have a revision strategy put together based on neuroscience. So I'm learning in the way that works with my mind. Okay, so these are the things that I would list on the right hand side, and you may have noticed that what it is that it's coming in from the A-level mindset. We talked about vision, effort, systems, practice, and attitude. It's the systems bit, isn't it? And of course, you'd have to put the time in, which is 7 hours a week outside of class time. And of course, you'd have to be doing practice questions, like the practice papers. I mean, at least I would say 2 or 3 papers a week. I mean, and you may start off with topics, and then as you move throughout the year, you move over to papers. So these are all the things that you would have to do if you wanted to earn an A or an A star. Set yourself up for success by earning an A or an A star, right? Inversion thinking is, what would you have to do if you wanted to fail? And I go, Graham, really? I mean, uh, I'm so used to like thinking like, what do I have to do in order to earn something? I mean, what do you mean that you got to sit down and figure out what you got to do to fail? Well, it's true. Well, see, so if I wanted to fail A-level chemistry, number one, I wouldn't go to class. I'd be skipping lessons. Number two, I wouldn't be organized. I mean, I wouldn't have a time management system. I'd be waiting until the last minute to do my homework set, study, revise. Um, I wouldn't have a system in place for capturing notes. Okay. Um, I wouldn't have I'd be using the old GCSE way of studying, which is get a revision textbook, wait until the last minute, be up all night cramming, procrastinate. Yeah, this is what I do. And most importantly, I'd have a belief system that was, oh, A-level chemistry is difficult. It is. A-level chemistry is difficult. I can't do A-level chemistry. I'm not smart enough to do A-level chemistry. My friends took A-level chemistry. I mean, look at them. They all got B's and C's. They didn't go to medical school, did they? Yeah, A-level chemistry, you just got to be like a natural at doing A-level chemistry now, don't you? You just got to come to you. Could be like one of those smart people, right? These are all the attributes you'd have to have if if you didn't want to pass A-level chemistry. So these are the beliefs, these are the behaviors, these are the capabilities that you would have to have if you didn't want to pass A-level chemistry. Now, here we are then. So now you're thinking on the right-hand side of the paper, you've got everything you need to achieve the A star in A-level chemistry. Yes. And on the left-hand side of your column on the paper, you've got all of the beliefs, the behaviors, and the capabilities that you have in order to go fail A-level chemistry. Now, like I said, at the top of it, on the right-hand side, you should have put down moving towards, and on the left-hand side, you should have put down moving away from. Okay. And the reason is because some people are driven by moving towards a goal. Like, so some students that we work with, they're driven by earning the A or the A star. This is what gets them motivated. And, they see the vision in their mind. I'm going to get the A and the A star, and I'm going to go to my university of choice and become a doctor, like a cardiothoracic surgeon, like, for example, Fatima, right? Other students are driven by fear of failure. It's like, oh, well, no, no, no. I can't fail A-level chemistry, Graham. No, I mean, this isn't something that we do in our family. No, no, no. We don't fail at the A levels. No, I mean, I've got nothing lower than an A on any test or exam I've taken since year 7. Oh no, I can't do that. And so to them, they're driven by moving away from the failure of A-level chemistry, whereas other people are driven by moving towards passing A-level chemistry. Right. And so now you've got two sides of the coin that you can work with your teen. If they're driven by success, like A and A star, well, then they're on the right-hand side. Make sure they have all of these beliefs, behaviors, and capabilities. On the other hand, let's say that they're driven by fear of failure, well, then make sure they don't have any of the beliefs, behaviors, and capabilities on the left-hand side column. Okay. Now, it's a good checkpoint, for your teen as they're moving through year 12 and they're moving through year 13 to periodically, maybe like once a month, once a week, have a look at what they're doing and make sure they're not doing anything in the left-hand column. Because, A-level chemistry is a marathon, right? And so you're thinking, yeah, sometimes we kind of get, it's like you get not stuck in a rut, but it's like the routine and the mundane, all right? I mean, it's like going through your day, you're doing like the usual stuff that you always do. And sometimes you got to make sure that you don't fall into a bad habit. All right. So, for example, let's say that all of a sudden, yeah, you start to say, well, you know what? It's Friday. I don't feel like working on a Friday, or I'm gonna go take this weekend off. Or, oh, I gotta go study for my math test. And so maybe I won't study for this test. All right. And so it's kind of like all of a sudden, the behaviors, the beliefs, and the capabilities, they kind of like sneak in there from like the left-hand column. All right. And so you're thinking, got to watch out for that. So this is a feedback loop. Right? Your teen has to watch out to make sure that these behaviors, these beliefs, these capabilities, and all of a sudden starting to move over from the left-hand side, kind of like percolate over to the right-hand side. All right. So this is inversion thinking. This is the feedback that your teen can do at least, well, I would say once a month, the best once a week, to make sure that the mindset is key, is primed for success. Because when you think about it, A-level chemistry, I mean, it's like anything. Look, A-level chemistry is 20% mechanics, it's 80% psychology. All right. And so, yes, we can teach your child the content, we can teach them the exam techniques, not a problem. But it's the mindset that is the most important one, because A-level chemistry is a marathon. Now, talking about mindset, you said, well, okay, Graham, this is interesting. I hadn't thought about this when it comes to A-level chemistry, but what exactly, these beliefs that you were talking about, what they kind of like move from like the left-hand side of like the belief of like, failing A-level chemistry over to the right-hand side? Yeah, absolutely. And you've got to be careful about beliefs, because some beliefs are good and some beliefs are bad. And so beliefs can be characterized into two sets. All right. The first one is it's an empowering belief. So, you're thinking again, right? New piece of paper, parents, right? It's an empowering belief. An empowering belief is, as the name suggests, as the label suggests, it's something which empowers you. It's something which allows you to reach for potential. Now, I see potential as doors. Doors that your teen is reaching for, they're grabbing, and they're opening. All right. So an empowering belief would be, I can do A-level chemistry. I am smart enough to do A-level chemistry and earn an A star. I can learn the study skills, revision strategies that the A star students before me have used. And I can use them, and this is going to help me get the A star. Okay. People can pass A-level chemistry with an A or an A star because look at all the doctors out there. I mean, They had to have an A or an A star to get into medical school, right? Okay, these are empowering beliefs. A limiting belief is, as the label suggests, a limiting belief is one which limits you. You know, you go, "Oh, I can't do A-level chemistry. It's hard. I mean, GCSE chemistry was easy. I can't do A-level chemistry. I don't understand what my teacher's saying at college. You know, I'm reading the textbook. Or I'm up all night looking at videos on YouTube trying to work this out. You know, you have to be really smart to do A-level chemistry. And I'm just not one of these people. A-level chemistry doesn't come to me naturally. Yeah, these are limiting beliefs. And what a limiting belief does, right, is this. What is an empowering belief opens the door to potential. A limiting belief closes one. All right. So if you take your beliefs, and I say this to parents and students, okay, if you take your beliefs, you have right now, the grade that you have in A-level chemistry is based on the beliefs and the patterns that you are running in your mind. So if you have a C, a D, an E, or a U in A-level chemistry, this is because you have the belief in your mind that A-level chemistry is difficult, it's hard, you're not smart enough, you can't do it, you're never going to get it. And then what you do is that you run a pattern in your mind. And so whenever something happens to you, like you get a test paper back, or you look at a homework set, or you try to complete a lab, or you're revising for an exam, you run a pattern in your mind and you go, yeah, you see, now look, all the beliefs come into your mind and they kind of like create the reality which you have. And so let's say that you had a limiting belief. All right. Let's say that you have a limiting belief and you think, yeah, I've got a limiting belief where A-level chemistry is difficult, it's hard, and everything else. And then I look at a homework set, I look at past papers or whatever, and I go, a practical, and you think, yeah, A-level chemistry is hard, I can't do it. And you start running this pattern in your mind. What happens is that you then start to close a door. You got two doors. You got the potential of earning an A or an A star, and you got the potential of earning something else. Well, if you're limited by your belief, then what happens is that you've closed the door to an A or an A star, and you'll never get it because you believe that you can't do it. So now what you've got is that you've limited yourself with your limiting belief to getting a C, D, E, or a U in A-level chemistry, right? And then this affects the action that you take. Because now what you say is, well, yeah, I can't do it. It's difficult. And so therefore, I'm only going to get a C, a D, an E, or a U. Well, what I'm going to do then is I'm not going to put the time in. I'm not going to put the 7 hours a week in that Graham was talking about. I'm not going to level up my study skills for revision strategies, do the past paper questions, make sure I understand everything that the tutor says, your actions. And then what happens is that you end up getting a C, a D, an E, or a U. Like, yeah. So it kind of like it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. So really getting technical now, right? It goes like this. It goes, imagine a rectangle. The top left rectangle corner of the rectangle would be your beliefs and your patterns. And then the next corner of the rectangle would be your potential, what you could do. The bottom right corner of the triangle would be the action. And then the bottom left corner of the triangle would be results. And so what happens is this, is that you just loop around. And this is what happens when we work with students who come with us, who join us, who have a limiting belief and are running the wrong patterns in the head, and then it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Now, I'm going to ask you parents, what would happen if you did this one? If your child, your teen, your son, your daughter had this empowering belief in the head, a belief that they go, A-level chemistry, I can earn an A star in A-level chemistry. Why? Well, other students have done it before me, and I'm just as smart as them. I can learn the study skills. I can learn the revision strategies that they use. I can do the 7 hours a week. I can do the past paper questions. I can make sure that I understand all the concepts that my teacher's talking about. So they've got this empowering belief, right? Top left corner of rectangle. Now, to them, the door, the potential to earn an A or an A star is wide open. And they've closed the door to a C, D, E, or a U. So now what you've got is that you've got the potential of earning an A or an A star. So now this then feeds into their actions, bottom right. And they go, yes. So now, okay, I believe I can do it. I got the potential going. So now, yeah, I am going to put the 7 hours in. I'm doing my studying. I'm working 3 days ahead. I've got revision strategies in mind. I got my exam technique is solid. My content is good to go. I am doing every action step that I should be taking in order to earn an A or an A star. What grade do you think that they're going to get? Bottom right, bottom left corner. What grade do you think that they're going to get as a result of this empowering belief? Yes, it's going to be an A or an A star. All right. So it's kind of like, think your teen, your son, your daughter, they can either be in the bottom half where they've got a loop, a rectangle, which is fueled by limiting beliefs, or they can be in the top half where they've got an empowering belief and a loop, a rectangle, which is empowering them, propelling them on to an A or an A star. All right. So I know today, parents, we've gone deep into mindset. We've gone deep into peak performance psychology. But look, this is something that we teach our students in our courses, because like I said, it's 20% mechanics is 80% psychology. It's 20% of learning the content, the exam technique. It's 80% building up the confidence, building up the motivation. But we just don't do this like glib, glossy washover. And, oh, we've got the growth mindset or the fixed mindset. No, we actually teach our students how to generate empowering beliefs. And they have a scaffolding, a ladder that they can start to climb up to the A or the A star in A-level chemistry. So look, if what I've been saying makes sense to you, if you go, actually, Graham, you know what? This kind of makes sense. It's just not, tutoring, is it? You've thought about the entire holistic package, the entire holistic approach to help my teen get the A and the A star. Now I can see how the other students in your courses, they all got the A and the A star, like Fatima and Suthri and Rowan and Ishan and Isha and everybody else, right? Yet they all did this. So if this is making sense to you, parents, and you want this for your teen, for your son, your daughter, it's real simple. Look, inside the group, below the video, leave a comment, reach out to us. And quite simply, a member of my team will reach out to you, have a conversation with you, right? You, your partner, and your child, your teen on the call. And quite simply, what we'll do is that we will put together a personalized blueprint, a game plan for you, so you can see, yes, how easy it is for your child to move from where they are in the mark book up to their aspirational grade, and in the mark book up to their predicted grade, up to their aspirational grade, up to an A in year 12 or an A star in year 13 in less than 16 weeks. All right, so hope this one made sense to everybody. All right, have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one.